Hi, this is Divyansh Pal and welcome in today's conference. So today I want to tell you about Python. Well, Python is a very easier programming language, and what do you think when I ask you about it? Well, it's very easy because it has non-restricted syntaxes. Means there are no restrictions on syntaxes, and it is easier than any other programming language, and it provides many functions, many features. So in this video I will be just introducing you to Python. I will be telling you to the basic development requirements, and I will be also telling you the basic functions, the features, and telling that how you can become better at coding in Python. So let's start. So here you can see that this is the IDE shell of Python. This you can see here. So after clicking on it, you will see some screen like this. So this is the IDE shell 3.9.5. This is the latest version, and here you can find some information about the shell of Python. So here we can test some features, the functions. So let me type print. So you can see this is print function. So what is print function now? Print function is actually function which provides you the ability that whatever you type here, for example, if you type hello world, so this hello world will appear in the next line. So this is the basic working of the print function. You can also implement methods and formulas in this print function, or you can also implement the variables, characters in print function. So if I type type, so type is a class in Python which defines every type of the character, whether it's integer, float. Float is basically decimal numbers. So this int, you can see this int is called integer. That integers, and I think that you are familiar with integers. There are negative also and positive also. So these numbers can be inputted in the int class. And float is also used. Float is for decimals. So these are the basics. Now let us come to the programming in Python. So just click on new file, and here I want to type a heading so this is the heading that write a program to calculate simple interest. So this WAP is known as write a program. So here what do we need to calculate simple interest? Principal, the rate, and time. So the principal, I will give it a name as P. So in Android development, it is familiar with Android development that there we give IDs. So here is the name P. So P is equals to int. So int means integer, I've told you already. So then the brackets, then input. So this input provides that you can also enter a caption and the user can input something, and that input thing will be an integer. Enter the principal amount here. So the user can input the principal amount here. So similar to the principal, we will build the rate, the time. So let's just quickly build these. So now you can see that PRT, the principal, rate, and time has been coded. So you can see the enter the time here, enter the rate of interest here, and the principal amount here. So these inputs are provided. Now we need to add the print function. That the output should be in the print function. So always the output comes in print function. So in the print function, now we need to define a formula. So because of formula, we remove these commas. These inverted commas are removed because of formula. So P, the name of principal, so multiplied by rate, which is R, then the time. And now these all are divided by 100. So you can see the PRT upon 100. So principal multiplied by rate multiplied by time upon 100. So now we need to run it. So first save it and then run it. So I've saved it and now I'm running it. So here you see the enter the principal amount here. You can see the principal amount. What's the principal amount? So let me type 5,000. Rate of interest should be 3, and time is 2. So you can see the calculated simple interest is this. So you can see that now we need to remove these integers we need to remove. So let me save it again. So here you see that if I enter any decimal number, it generates an error there because integers are not in decimal form. So we need to remove this int. We need to add the float. So as I told earlier, that float provides you the ability that the user can also input the decimal numbers in the input class. So here's float. So I've added the float in everywhere. So now save it and run it. So you see that if I add a decimal number, so it doesn't generate an error because its correct float are supporting decimals. Float supports decimals. So you see 2. So this is the simple interest. So now we learned that how to develop a simple interest calculator through Python. Now if we need to develop a simple calculator which will perform multiplication, addition, division, subtraction, every 4 branches of mathematics. So again, so you can see WAPage will do mathematical calculation. So now here we need to define some contents. So we need to define the contents. So for example, the first number and the second number. The user should enter 2 numbers, and the 2 numbers the program will calculate their addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So for that we need f. F is the first number. So it will be float. We're using here directly float, and input and inverted commas, and let's type enter the first number. So the user will enter the first number, and then s is the second number, then float, input, enter the second number. So you see that f and s, the first number and the second number, has been created. So now we need to define the print function. So the print function will have many methods. So the print function will have the method that O should be multiplied. I'm sorry, that's not O, that's F multiplied by S. So this F multiplied by S, this will be the multiplication, then F divided by S, this will be the division, then print F plus S, so this will be the addition, then print F minus S, so this will be the subtraction. And if you want to make it simplified, then you can also add another print function, and here you can type the first one is the multiplication, and the second one is division, third one is addition, and the fourth one is subtraction. So now you see that we have added all the print function, the float has been added, the input has been added. So now you should run this, but before it, save it and then run. So now we need to enter the first number, so that let's enter 56, second number 25, and you can see this is the multiplication, the division, the addition, and the subtraction. So you can see, so this is the calculator. So this was that how you can just do simple things using Python. You can be better using functions and methods. You can also implement this Python package to base code. So that's all about Python. Thank you. That's all for today's video.